Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the Dirty Pat Walsh channel with me, your host, Dirty Pat Walsh. I wanted to go back to my roots today and show you. This is kind of the instrument that started it all here on the Dirty Pat Walsh channel. Um, the first few videos I made were just on my dreadnought, but I did a lot of stuff on this guitar that I built. Uh, Back in 2017. That's when I started playing this guitar. So I guess I built this a year after I started doing the channel. But this is the guitar that I believe got me my recording contract on Mirkwood Recordings that I did for 5 years. I released a bunch of recordings with them in Pittsburgh. Uh, that was great fun. I love doing that. Um, I recorded my first album on Mirkwood at midnight. Call the doctor. Pretty much on this guitar, and I just drove it through my iPhone using sound effects, like using crackly sound effects on my video maker app. It ended up coming out sounding more I got a review of it, and it was said that it was more 1920s than 1920s recordings. So yeah, it got a good review. But I made this to be like the saddest instrument ever. Like this was this. I used a key here to make the little bridge, and this is like the key to an ex-girlfriend's house I had that I lived at for a while after my divorce. I can't remember where this door handle was from, but it had some relevance. This domino was from where I put this there because this is from where I was living at the time. It was just a token of where I was living at the time, which was this mouse infested, converted garage to a recording studio to an apartment that I lived in for 5 years. And yeah, in the meth end of town. Um, if you ever hear me refer to videos in the meth end of town, that's where I'm at. Uh, but yeah, this is it. This is cigar box guitar. I used to build cigar box guitars really well because when I was married, I had all the tools. My wife had all the tools to do stuff really well, and I I built a ton of cigar box guitars, really nice ones, and I did a silent auction of them. I didn't even keep one for myself, which I really regret because they were really well done. And some of them, like when the strings were off, you could open them up, and there'd be I'd have a little diorama inside the cigar box. Like I buy some like plastic birds and stuff, and I have like birds around a little flower or something. Um, they were really cool works of art, and I wish I had saved one for myself. But this is the one I built after when I was living in my dingy little mouse-infested apartment in the meth end of town. Um, yeah, I bought this thing at Home Hardware. It makes a great. It serves its purpose well, you know. Um, and these copper pipes. I just loved using these copper pipes as a nut. I don't know why. I just did. Obviously, it's a slide instrument. It's a lap style slide instrument. Um, I have it tuned in sawmill tuning or open G kind of tuning. It's GDG. Um, these skull tuning heads are really bad, and I have to get them glued in spot or screwed in spot. It's just like when you look at there's no room for nothing back here, you know. But it doesn't, it works. Yeah, and I recorded an album on it. It's quite quiet. When the train pulled up to the station, and two lights on behind. When the train pulled up to the station, two lights on behind. I never felt so sad and lonesome. The blue light was my mind, all my love's in vain. That's one. That's a song I recorded on that album at midnight. Call it Doctor. Um, Now the album I did after that, it's actually one of my not favorite recordings, but it fits well with the first album, and the second album's called Corey Darlin' Corey, and it's kind of a mix of traditional songs, like old time traditional songs, and me playing harmonica. I hadn't quite. Uh, I took a couple of years off of playing harmonica after my divorce, um, just because of the way life went. I didn't have much time for the harmonica unless I was playing a show, and the shows were beginning to dwindle because the Silver Hearts were breaking up. Um, and I kind of like stopped playing for a couple of years, and I lost a lot of my chops. But I was just starting to get my chops back, and I recorded this album called Corey Darlin' Corey, on Mirkwood Recordings, and it's not an album I go back and listen to. There's one song I like on it, that I did on my chromatic harmonica. Um, one song that stands out to me that I did, called my resting place. Um, but anyhow, it is a good bookend to At Midnight Call the Doctor. So Kurt down at Mirkwood put them together, and I don't know where my copy of it is. I wish I did. It's a really cool looking tape. It's a blue cassette. And he called it Methane Blues, and just had At Midnight Call the Doctor on one side and Corey Darlin' Corey on the other side. And it's an album I'm really, having those cassettes, that really meant a lot to me. They were really cool to sell, pass out to my friends and stuff. Um, just because it was all so minimalist. Everything was minimalist, like recording was. I just did everything on my cell phone using the free app uh, features I could use, and my handmade instruments or my harmonica, you know, and yeah, so that was kind of cool, and then that went to me and Bone Daddy, the fellow who makes my harmonica microphones, that I never got to play anywhere anymore. Um, he and I, he's a great cigar box guitar player, and he and I released a split EP called Broken Whispers of the Devil, the lo-fi sounds of Dirty Pat Walsh and Bone Daddy, and I like that recording, and I love listening to Dan's side of the album. Uh, yeah, it's cool. It's great. I love it. It's feral blues. Um, uh, then after that, I recorded. I think my final recording. There might have been something else tucked in there. I have oh yes, Mirkwood released a live album of me and Jill Stavely after the Diplomats broke up. Um, our bass player left, Ian, our bass player, um, and Jill and I decided to keep playing as a duo, but we had to change the name because it was a different kind of feel. It wasn't like we couldn't call it the Diplomats without the bass player. Um, this wouldn't be right. So we called the band Hurricane Charlie. We named it after Jill's first daughter, Charlie, and she was quite the hurricane. And yeah, so that's what we called the band. The band didn't go over well, really. Like we lost a lot of our audience, and once Ian left the band, you know, it's weird that way. But uh, so anyway, Mirkwood released a live album of me and Joe doing a show up at Sadler House here in Peterborough. It's okay. It could be more. When we had the Diplomats, we released a CD called Damage Baby, and that is like, to me, it's a rock record. It's like a rock and roll record, and I'm really happy I made a good solid rock and roll record. um, but yeah, anyway, that was Mirkwood was kind enough to release me and Joe playing as Hurricane Charlie. um, uh, then I did my final album for Mirkwood called The Morning Brings You Nothing, which is funny. It's a funny album. Uh, I have one somewhere. Hold on. Yeah, this is a cool album. It's cool in a way, and it's very dark in another way. Um, my friend Tyler Martin said he wanted to record me the best sounding album I had ever recorded, and he did. This. I'm very proud of how this record sounds. Um, when I say proud, I'm not really proud of it. I'm just like, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with how the sonics of it. Um, but there's a lot of songs that I put on here that I would never ever play again. Original songs that I wrote, because they're very dark. One of them tells. I ask Jesus to leave me alone in it. I kind of repent of a lot of these songs. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's a good record. I think it's just very dark to me, and it's like very shortly after this was released, I regained my faith in Christianity, and you know I felt kind of I mean these got passed around and sold and everything, but I felt kind of bad about it. But it's okay. Everything it all just led me to where I am now, right? um, but yeah, so they put out this cassette for me. It's got this is a picture of me in a New Orleans really cheap sleazy hotel's swimming pool. um, like like seconds after this photo was taken, I was dried off and ready to go, because we were all just getting up and getting out of there, because we kind of gotten ourselves in trouble there the night before. So we just had a dip in the pool, and boom, we were out. And that's I don't even, that's 1997. I think that photo was taken half my life ago. Um, but yeah, so anyway, this guitar is what kind of started it all with all that. Um, you know, it's really quiet. I'd like to amplify it. It's really hard to keep in tune. But I think everybody who plays guitar should build themselves a cigar box guitar. It's like all you got to do is find a cigar box. They're getting harder to find. That's what I've found. But um, you get a good cigar box, like not a cardboard one, a wooden one. I drilled out a sound hole. I used to like these brass liners for putting in the sound hole. Sometimes I'd have two, sometimes I'd have four, sometimes I'd just have one. Um, and it's just like the neck is just kind of these two pieces of wood kind of screwed together. Uh, Primitive holes drilled with a drill. I didn't have any proper tools to do this with, really. Um, but yeah, so all you need is some guitar strings, some tuning heads, and some junk to throw together. A system like this, and you don't even need all this stuff. You don't need this handle at all. You don't. I just screwed this metal thing under here because I thought it looked cool, you know. But yeah, all you need is something to be a nut for the strings and uh, something or be a bridge for the strings and something to be a nut for the strings and some tuning heads, a box, and a stick. Uh, I used to buy windshield wipers, like those wooden windshield scrapers with the brush on one end, and I'd pop the plastic part off and pull out all the bristles, and that would be the neck for the guitar. I'd usually make a one or two stringed instrument on that, and yeah. So cigar box guitars are cool. I made one out of a tin can, a tuning head, and one guitar string once, and it sold in my auction for $80. I think it was $80. But yeah, if you build a one string version of this, it's called a diddley bow, and that's kind of the roots of guitar, like of back in the day. Uh, People were so poor, if they wanted a musical instrument, they'd take a piece of baling wire and a couple of nails or screws and just put it up on the side of their house and take a Coke bottle or something and pluck at it, using the side of their house as an instrument. It's pretty, you can play the blues with anything. All right, that's my cigar box guitar revisit video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's a longer one. I did a lot of talking, but this is like the history of the channel for those who are interested. I know I have a lot of new subscribers, and I just want to. It's kind of want to let you know a little bit about me and stuff I do. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're having a great day, and yeah, praise God and have a beautiful day. And I will see you all, God willing, in the next video. Be blessed, be well, and stay free.